My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is June 7, 2026. It is 2:45 a.m. This is video number 2. Let's continue. First tweet. King Charles III evicts his son, daughter-in-law, and grandchildren despite the fact his son was paying market rent, yet coddle his alleged pedo brother and pays for his family's rent. May his legacy forever be the tampon evoking. As I'm reading this, I'm thinking Camilla is like probably, whew, they're not talking about me, because she got the biggest deal of it all. She's right up there. Nobody's criticizing her, and she's enjoying the lifestyle. The man will be remembered, and his wife as the people who destroyed the crown. They're a joke, okay? They are a joke all around the world, where once they were so adored, now they're just pedo grifters that are nothing but greedy people, cruel people. It's so sad to see the fall of the great British monarchy. Well, the thing that they've done around the world, they mask it, and then they glorify stupidity. The pathetic part about it, that isn't ashamed for doing it, and he will never apologize for it. When he does kick the bucket, his legacy will not be worth a damn. Okay, but he didn't evict them. They left. Oh, please don't come with that. Alright, with good wishes from Queen Elizabeth II. Alright, let me pause for a second. Okay, you see, they wrote their nonsense and they blocked the comment. Alright, you can't repost. Alright, so let me repost it. Alright, so that's that. And let me block it. I don't want to hear from them. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. I retweeted and respond to it. Alright, next one. Okay. Remember when Peter Hunt reported on how William controlled the media? William has control of the media. Here's what being hidden from us. Is that just an image? Okay. Responding to this, Henry VIII. I am so sorry, but I heavily judge people who can't see what is happening plainly in front of their face. William and Kate briefed the press that they were paying for the renovation of their third forever home, and there's at least 5 residents overall. Turns out it was covered. Okay, oh, where was that? Turns out it was covered. Where is it? William and Kate briefed the press that they were paying for the renovation of their third forever home, and there are at least 5 residents overall. Turns out it was covered by the crown to the tune of $400,000. We also found out the reason local residents lost their nature center and miles of local trails is because Charles was too chicken shit to force Andrew out of Royal Lodge, which was clearly William and Kate's preference. The press has basically given this a shrug while continuing to write articles daily about Meghan's gem. The only silver lining in this whole sordid affair is that the magnifying glass they have been holding over Harry and Meghan's head is now being held over theirs. This drip feed of info is not going to help them in the long run, especially since the younger generation are grappling with an affordability and housing crisis and cost of living and poor wages, and then to find out that taxpayers funded royal are taking more from the taxpayer. Oh, I cannot wait for it to come crashing down on all of their heads. Okay. Street. It's funny watching the royal family be exposed for the grifters and the liars that they are. Sooner or later, their lies have continued to be exposed. Remember when they called Prince Harry a liar, only for everything he said to be true, he was actually too nice. Okay, so there's that. These people, when they say the things, the royal family, they just want to let you hear what you want to hear, okay? And then they move on, okay? And they don't care either, because they have the media to cover for them. Prince Harry, although looking very handsome, and this pic looks kind of sad, yeah. Okay, I've always thought Harry was quite restrained and spare. I'm sure he could have revealed lots more, incriminating details about the private lives of the British royal family that would have extinguished the last semblance of respect and tolerance held by the deluded for his bunch of grifters. Yeah, I mean, everybody who read the book Spare, they saw Harry then call out the royal family at all. But for some reason, the royal family was, well, with the help of the media, claiming that otherwise. Harry and Meghan got away. Meghan was from outside the circle and savvy enough to sense the rot and corruption within the royal family, and that they are evil people. That's true. And this is why, one of the reasons, okay, racism is one. The second reason is because they're so corrupt, they didn't want an outsider to see their corruption. So that's two things, I think, why they really wanted her out. British press has launched its bat since the breakup of the scandal. I check accounts. The subscribers are less than 100. I just black. Such nicely bloodsucker that family is to send their bats after Harry and his kids. For their safety, Harry has to be nice. There's that. Like I've said, especially when he did his speech at the Send the Bali event thing, there's so much more he could have said, and each time people start getting closer to really pinpoint so many things, too many people were involved, too many people, and Harry knows that. Harry knows that, okay? And this is why he said, with our collective voice, I'll put the part where he said, because he can't do it himself, the kind of chain of people connection that could do, you know, their dirty work for them, Harry can fight all of them. When I think of the speech, I feel like there's so much more he could have said, but he held many information back, because each time when I look at things, you could see certain group of people who are involved, but when you look deeper and deeper and deeper, there's so much more, so many people, that it's like a web of people that are involved. There is absolutely no way Harry could have dealt or tackled this issue by himself. I mean, Harry is a brilliant man, and he understands his surrounding, people who he's dealing with, and everything like that. So he did his part to a certain extent, and he gave us a clue. He gave us a clue that the media is a powerful force. So here's the part of the speech that I'm making reference to.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option. But I hope that helps you understand what it had come to, that I would step my family back from all I have ever known, to take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life. I was born into this life, and it is a great honor to serve my country and the Queen. When I lost my mum 23 years ago, you took me under your wing. You looked out for me for so long, but the media is a powerful force.
He is much nicer person than I am, and he still has those 400 pages he hasn't released yet. Yeah, Harry knows who he's dealing with. It's too many people. He cannot do it on his own. All right, look what they did to his family, to his mom, I mean. They are a dysfunctional, spiteful, greedy family who look down on us mere mortals while protecting the family perverts and their perverted friends. The sooner they are gone, the better. Channel 5 going to hatchet jab on Meghan at moment val. So this about, okay, it's a TikTok video showing Candace. Okay, I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so there's no caption. Meghan's race card. 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
So today I'm going to be discussing race. And it's something that I've been seeing amongst the Twitterverse with all Meghan haters, and something that Candace Owens has regurgitated. Oh, Candace. So instead of just sitting here and spewing out my very fiery opinion about Miss Candace Owens, I'm just going to sit here and provide you with receipt/truth. Not your truth, not my truth, but truth. Let's get into it.
When you look throughout Meghan Markle's entire career, she never wanted people to know that she was black. She never wore that on her sleeve. She never spoke about her blackness. If we had looked at her...
That's not true. Meghan I have a video where Meghan was talking about her mom being called the N-word. She highlighted that. Okay, there's the video.
A couple years ago, I heard someone call my mom the N-word. So I think for me, beyond being personally affected by racism, just to see the landscape of what our country is like right now, certainly the world, and to want things to be better.
Now let's continue with this.
I maybe would have assumed that she was Hispanic. No one would have...
So receipt number one. This is Meghan Markle. This is Wendell Pierce. This is a show called Suits that Meghan Markle had her big break from. This is her father in the show. He's black. This is Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle is actually the one who asked or campaigned for the writers to make the character biracial. Also,
yeah, I was gonna say it's just a show, but okay, let's just continue.
This is an article that Meghan Markle wrote back in the Elle magazine back in 2015 talking about her race. This is also a post that Meghan Markle wrote back on her blog, The Tig, back in the day, dedicated to her mother, who is black. And also, this is a campaign video that Meghan Markle did on the USA or NBC channel.
I think it's
It
USA.
was a campaign talking about race, and she also discussed her race of being black.
That's the video that I have.
In 2012. And if you wasn't satisfied, I'm going to show you something else that Candace Owens said. Also, it's something that's going around with Meghan Markle haters. Like, they're really spewing this out. So I'm just going to show you it, all right? I'm just going to show you what they said.
The only black people she had were billionaires that she wanted to be on their shows. She had Oprah, and she had Gayle King, and she had her mother, who is partially black. But
I'm just going to show you the receipt. Yeah. So, this is Meghan Markle's grandmother, her mother's mother. And this is Meghan Markle's grandfather, her mother's father. That's clearly a black man. And that's clearly a black woman. And let's be super duper clear. Meghan Markle didn't start this argument or this debate about her race. This was the world responding to articles and commentators talking about it in a very derogatory, racist way. But the point of all this, the real point of all this, stay out of black folks' business. Thank you kindly. Have a great day.
I don't know. They were going for a narrative, so I don't follow her. There's so many people I don't follow. Okay, Meghan made a PSA for the USA Network in which she spoke of Doria's FBA's family migration from Cleveland, let's pause this, from Cleveland, Ohio to Los Angeles, California. Her grand auntie was a realtor in Los Angeles who was married to a Negro League ball player, and the list goes on. Okay, so this is how sometime I learned from the squad. I didn't know. Some part of it I did know, and some part of it I did not know. Okay, can she sue for all these statements claiming she did this and she said that? I will be suing everyone speaking lies about me. To a certain extent, I do agree with that comment, but can you imagine the amount of people, time, energy that Meghan will have to take out of her busy schedule of trying to create an empire, a well-established life for herself and her family? It would take too much time. But I think at certain point, I don't know. This is something I raised. I think it was a little bit after the docuseries came out, where I spoke about her going to the international court. I don't know. At that time, it was focusing mostly in the UK. to create or call them to court or something like that. But then again, who knows? Who knows what lay ahead? Like I've said in this video, the web of people that if Harry had to deal with these people or fight them, it's too much. So perhaps, okay, some of the thing that Harry and Meghan, the Archwell Foundation is producing with the families, and not too long ago she went to Switzerland to talk about the media thing, how it's affecting families and kids and all of that. So maybe in that aspect, I don't know. I'm not a rocket scientist, or I'm not her or them, Harry and Meghan. Maybe they're building a case. I don't know. But right now, the way the world is, look at America. Within an instant, one election, look how America, I mean, it was always there, but it went on a full-blown steroid of hate, racism, and all of that. It's just too much. It's just too much. It will have to take all of us to make that change. And eventually, you know, people who matters, who cares, could bring it to court, because it's just too much. And the sad part of it, when you look in the US, for instance, how many of them well-respected journalists are being fired, and those who don't want to comply with the stupidity.
But in this moment, this morning, our sacred rule of law is under attack. Journalism is under attack. Universities are under attack. Freedom of speech is under attack. And insidious fear is reaching through our schools, our businesses, our homes, and into our private thoughts. The fear to speak in America. Power can rewrite history with grotesque, false narratives. They can make criminals heroes and heroes criminals. Power can change the definition of the words we use to describe reality.
Okay, are fired, and there's some who quickly give up the journalistic ethical standard to fall in line with the stupidity. Okay, so it will take all of us. As sad as it is in the US to see the way, you know, things is turning, which I've said many times, that the US is on a pedestal for the rest of the world to watch, of what not to do and what to look out for the moment that you see things starting happening in your respective countries, to take action like Albania is doing right now. So as bad as it is, and I live in the US, I am being affected by it, but in a way because there's so many people who refuse to see reality and refuse to work along with. That's not to say to not raise your concern, your own point of view, but to easily show the barbaric, the worst behavior of human being, to display it. In a way, I'm sort of okay. It's happening because so many people refuse to see it. So now that they are seeing it, they're feeling it. The part here is feeling, because when you're not feeling certain things, it doesn't affect you, but they are feeling it. So African Americans have tried many times to prevent others from feeling the thing. You could see it, but not feeling it, it doesn't affect you. So now what's happening in the US, some Americans are physically feeling the action of their vote action of racism, action of so many things. They are feeling it, and which forces them to see reality. And hopefully when it's time to vote in a smart, strategically, to work along with people. Am I making any sense? Yeah, sometimes I talk too much, but I still share it anyway. You could agree or disagree, but this is how I see it. But Harry and Meghan cannot do it alone. She's a hater. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Her mom is a black woman. She's in everyone's business. She needs to stop running her mouth because she meets her maker. Candace there's the B word. Candace Owen hates black people. Now that conservatives have turned on her, she's trying to reach out to black people, if that be. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. I don't follow her. I've seen stuff about her, but I don't care. Alright, next tweet. Get over yourself. The last time I checked, the Sussexes are not living in social housing, unlike the Wells. Okay, so yeah, on video 1, there were some tweets I come across where they're talking about Andrew, who pays peppercorn deal for the housing that he has, the mansion that he lives in, and then he's subletting part of the Royal Lodge, I think it is, and some people are upset about it. Okay, so she's responding to this. Harry and his attention-seeking wife lie and try hard to make the world believe that Charles... Meghan haven't spoke about this since the Oprah interview. So, you know what? You could pause and read this. So that's from Town and Country. King Charles personally pays Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenia's palace rent. Okay, oh snap. I don't know. God has Harry and Meghan. Thank God they're self-sufficient. They're paying their own thing. They're not part of the mess that's going on. Okay, so this is JTB. When you're the blueprint, you don't need to compete. People spend years studying your style, your choices, your presence, and your impact while you're busy living your life. The other woman is taking notes. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, is simply living. That's for sure. He's been making a lot of those posters-like type of thing about Meghan. I like them. All right, the other woman is taking notes. She's just living. All right, whatever is here. Just a few years ago, Omen claimed to be a student doing research for an assignment. She wanted to interview members of the squad to determine why we supported Meghan. Well, one of the British squaddies discovered she was actually working for KP. I remember that story. When you're blessed, no one can take your blessing. Meghan Sussex. Yep, on a different side note, to give you the heads up about a nasty account that is following you. They follow the nasty, hateful, lying, disgusting Meghan Mole and some other accounts like that. They jump onto one of my replies to another post about Meghan Sussex for short. Alright, so there's all of that. Let me leave that alone. Next tweet. Alright, so this is a video about, I think Meghan appeared on Drew Barrymore. There will be screenshot, okay? And the comment is closed. Drew Barrymore on Harry and Meghan's love for each other. Alright, 2 minutes and 5 seconds.
Tanaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.